10 V8s that should have ruled the world. 10 engines buried by boardroom politics and cruel timing. These aren't obscure failures. They're brilliant power plants that history forgot. The overlooked legends that deserved so much more. Number 10. AMC 401. While Detroit's Big Three fought their horsepower wars, American Motors Corporation quietly built one of the most underrated V8s in history. The 401 cubic inch engine wasn't flashy, wasn't marketed with sexy names, and certainly wasn't backed by massive advertising budgets, but it was absolutely bulletproof. This engine powered everything from family wagons to Jeep CJs, delivering consistent torque and legendary reliability that put supposedly superior engines to shame. The 401 featured robust internals, excellent breathing, and a design philosophy focused on durability over peak numbers. While Chevy big blocks grabbed headlines, the 401 just worked. AMC's fatal flaw wasn't engineering, it was marketing. They built an engine that could outlast anything Detroit offered, then barely told anyone about it. Fleet managers knew. Jeep enthusiasts discovered it decades later, but mainstream America never got the memo about AMC's secret weapon. The 401 deserved respect. Instead, it got obscurity. Number 9. Buick 455 Stage 1. The muscle car era's best-kept secret wore a Buick badge, and that was its death sentence. While Chevelle SS and GTO grabbed magazine covers, the Grand Sport with its 455 Stage 1 was quietly embarrassing them at stoplights. This wasn't just another big block, it was a 510-pound-foot torque monster that could pull stumps and smoke tires with equal authority. Buick engineers didn't chase high RPM horsepower like their rivals. Instead, they built an engine that delivered crushing low-end power through brilliant head design and aggressive camming. The Stage 1 made other muscle cars feel weak in real-world driving, where torque matters more than dyno peaks. But Buick's genteel image killed its street credibility. Enthusiasts couldn't accept that their grandfather's luxury brand built the meanest engine in GM's stable. The 455 Stage 1 became muscle car history's greatest what-if. An engine so good that nobody believed it until decades later, when survivors started dominating drag strips and shocking Chevelle owners. Number 8. Ford 351. Cleveland Ford built two completely different 351s, and everyone remembers the wrong one. The Windsor got the glory, the Cleveland got the grave. This wasn't justice. This was automotive tragedy. The Cleveland featured massive ports, aggressive valve angles, and breathing capability that made it a natural-born screamer. In four-barrel form, it was Ford's secret weapon. The Cleveland's downfall wasn't performance, it was timing. Born in 1970, it hit the market just as emissions regulations began strangling performance engines. Ford's marketing department never properly explained the difference between Windsor and Cleveland, confusing buyers and dealers alike. Many didn't even know they were different engines. Racing teams discovered what Ford missed. The Cleveland became the foundation for countless victories, its superior head design making it the choice for serious performance applications. While the Windsor powered millions of mundane vehicles, the Cleveland powered dreams. Ford killed it in 1974, one of the dumbest decisions in automotive history. The Cleveland deserved decades, not 4 years. Number 7. Cadillac 472/500. Before fuel crises and emissions regulations, Cadillac built the ultimate luxury V8, a massive, smooth, torquey giant that redefined automotive refinement. The 472 and its 500 cubic inch evolution weren't muscle car engines. They were something better. They were effortless power incarnate. These engines featured advanced engineering hidden beneath old-school displacement, sophisticated combustion chambers, precise fuel metering, and vibration-damping technology that made them whisper quiet at idle and thunderously smooth under acceleration. The 500 produced 400 pound-feet of torque, enough to move land yachts like feathers. But history judged them harshly. The fuel crisis. The engineering was brilliant, a carefully designed combination of conservative compression ratios and sophisticated turbocharging that actually worked reliably. Trans Am buyers got genuine performance during the Malaise era's darkest days, but the automotive press dismissed it as a gimmick, and buyers feared turbo complexity. GM killed the program after just 3 years, calling it unsuccessful. 30 years later, every manufacturer builds turbocharged engines using the same philosophy Pontiac pioneered. The 301 Turbo wasn't a failure. It was just born too early. Number 5. Chrysler 360 LA. The 360 lived in the shadow of its big brother 340, and that was criminal injustice. While enthusiasts worshipped the high-revving 340, the 360 delivered more torque, better reliability, and superior real-world performance. It was the engine that should have been Mopar's small block legend. Chrysler's timing was terrible. The 360 arrived just as performance was dying, marketed primarily in trucks and economy applications rather than muscle cars. When it did appear in performance guise, it wore emissions equipment that strangled its potential. The engine that could have been a 340 killer became an also-ran. Modern hot rodders discovered what Chrysler missed. The 360's larger displacement and stronger bottom end made it superior for street performance. With today's technology removing emissions restrictions, 360s are building more power than 340s ever dreamed of. Better late than never. Number 4. Oldsmobile 307. The most unfairly maligned engine in American history wore an Oldsmobile badge and suffered decades of undeserved hatred. The 307 wasn't supposed to be a performance engine. It was designed as a smooth, reliable, economical V8 for the post-muscle car era. At that mission, it succeeded brilliantly. Critics attacked its modest power output, ignoring its exceptional durability and refinement. The 307 routinely delivered 200,000-plus-mile service in police cars, taxis, and family sedans. It was everything a modern V8 should be: efficient, reliable, and emissions-compliant without drama. General Motors used the 307 everywhere because it worked everywhere. From luxury Buicks to economy Chevrolets, it provided adequate power with outstanding longevity. While enthusiasts chased horsepower numbers, the 307 quietly became one of GM's most successful engines. Sometimes boring is beautiful. Number 3. Lincoln 460. Ford's ultimate luxury V8 represented everything American automotive engineering could achieve when money was no object. The 460 wasn't built for muscle cars or racing. It was engineered to move Continental Mark IVs and town cars with the effortless grace that only massive displacement could provide. At 460 cubic inches, it was smooth, torquey, and utterly refined. The engineering was sophisticated beyond its reputation. Advanced combustion chambers, precision fuel metering, and vibration damping technology that made luxury cars whisper quiet. The 460 produced a broad, flat torque curve that made acceleration feel inevitable rather than urgent. Lincoln owners experienced power without drama, performance without harshness. But the fuel crises killed big engines' reputations overnight. The 460 became a symbol of automotive excess rather than excellence. Its sophisticated engineering dismissed as wasteful displacement. Ford strangled it with emissions equipment, then killed it entirely as efficiency became paramount. Modern hot rodders are rediscovering the 460's potential. With proper tuning and modern technology, these engines build massive torque numbers that shame contemporary power plants. The 460 wasn't outdated. It was ahead of its time in ways Ford never marketed properly. Number 2. Chevrolet 348/409 W Series. Before the legendary big block family, Chevrolet built something different: the W Series engines that should have changed everything. The 348 and 409 featured radical engineering, massive wedge combustion chambers, unique valve angles, and breathing capability that made them natural high RPM performers. These weren't typical American engines. They were sophisticated power plants disguised as muscle. The 409 became famous through Beach Boys songs, but its true brilliance was engineering. The W Series featured advanced metallurgy, precision manufacturing, and design elements that wouldn't appear in other engines for years. In SS applications, the 409 delivered genuine 400-plus horsepower when most engines struggled to reach 300. But Chevrolet made a fatal decision. They killed the W Series to focus on the simpler, cheaper, big block family. The 396/427/454 engines that followed were excellent. but they weren't as sophisticated as the 409 they replaced. General Motors chose manufacturing economy over engineering excellence. Racing teams mourned the loss. The W Series had untapped potential that was never fully explored. Chevrolet abandoned their most advanced engine family just as it was reaching maturity. Number 1. AMC 390. The greatest overlooked V8 in American history came from the company everyone ignored. AMC's 390 wasn't flashy, wasn't advertised heavily, and certainly wasn't backed by corporate racing programs. But it was absolutely bulletproof, surprisingly powerful, and engineered with a level of integrity that Detroit's Big Three rarely matched. The 390 featured robust internals, excellent oiling systems, and conservative design parameters that prioritized longevity over peak numbers. While other manufacturers chased horsepower wars, AMC built an engine that would run forever with basic maintenance. Fleet managers knew this secret. AMC V8s routinely delivered 300,000-plus-mile service in police cars and taxis. But AMC's fatal flaw was marketing. They couldn't compete with Chevrolet's advertising budgets or Ford's racing heritage. The 390 powered everything from muscle cars to Jeeps, delivering consistent performance across applications that would stress other engines. It was versatile, reliable, and utterly ignored by mainstream automotive media. Today's collectors are discovering what fleet managers always knew. The AMC 390 was one of America's finest V8s, hidden in plain sight for decades. These 10 engines proved that greatness doesn't always wear the right badge or arrive at the perfect time. Sometimes the best stories are the ones nobody tells. Keep digging past the obvious legends. The real treasures are hiding in plain sight.